Well, thank y'all for joining us. I'm joined by the great Rodney Terry, men's head basketball coach of Texas. Third official year, but second full year with the program. But, man, you had a long summer trying to get this roster together. 10 guys out, 10 guys in to this program. What was that like, and is that just the landscape of college basketball now?
Well, Cory, thanks for having me today. You know what? It's a testament to our staff. You know, you're only going to be as good as the people you have around you. We knew we were losing a lot from last year's team. I thought our staff did a great job of really going out and, you know, attracting guys that had a really good character, guys that, you know, had obviously a great basketball resume. But more importantly, were the right kind of fit for our program as well. So we've had a chance to work 8 weeks with our guys, and I'm super excited about this group.
Now, I will say this. I know you're big into interior design, so don't look around. Please don't judge us. You know, we tried our best. We knew you were pulling up, so we tried to make sure you approved it. But when it comes to your off season, right? I know you're a lot of traveling, but when did you kind of find time for yourself to kind of relax and reset?
Well, that really didn't happen until like August the 8th, you know, so you're talking deep into the summer, you know. But no, this day and time with the landscape of college athletics and college basketball in particular, it runs its course a little bit. You know, we didn't have our last roster spot filled until I believe it was end of June that we had our last roster spot filled. And, you know, you have the 8 weeks that you're able to work with you guys and have them on campus getting acclimated to academics, basketball, strength and conditioning, and things of that nature. And you know, it's not until the very end that you finally get a little bit of time where you get a chance to take a deep breath. And I got a chance to do that for a couple weeks.
Travel anywhere?
I did. You know, for work and pleasure. I think for work, I was able to go over and watch our USA team playing in the World Championships over in Istanbul, Turkey.
Okay.
Long trip, but a good trip. Nevertheless, work-related. And then I had a little bit of leisure time. Went over to Puerto Rico and had a chance to kind of unwind a little bit over there a little bit. And
you good at Spanish?
I'm okay, you know.
Un poquito?
Poquito.
Yeah, I like that. Well, man, let's dive into this roster, RT, and let's start with the guards, I would say. A lot of questions about this backcourt, a lot of new faces in this backcourt. And so, first off with Julian Larry, you know, the transfer from Indiana State. I know he's a big-time facilitator, and he loves the defensive side of the ball as well. But, you know, being able to shoot 46% from the three-point line last year, what kind of intrigued you to reach out to him to come over to the 40 acres?
Well, Jude's a native Texan. He's a guy, you know, that hails from Dallas, Texas. And, you know, we've had a chance to see him over the course of his career. And he's been a winner at every stop, whether it was AAU basketball, high school basketball. I actually played football in high school, too, a little bit. So he's a standout football player as well. But you talk about a guy that's won at every level that he's competed, and he has a, you know, way about himself in terms of leading guys and getting guys to follow him. You know, fierce competitor, and just a guy we, you know, really thought fit our program to a T.
Yeah, another guy you feel like fit the program was Jordan Pope, coming over from Oregon State. I know he still has 2 years of eligibility left, which piqued my interest with that is last year you talked a lot about Max Abmas. Wish he had another year. Wish he had another year with Max. Was that a conversation like, okay, we bring Jordan in, we do have 2 years with him?
Well, I think, you know, a lot of times when you are recruiting the portal, you know, in a perfect world, you would love to be able to think that you're going to be able to have an opportunity for continuity, where you have a chance to, where you have a young man for more than 1 year. In JP's case, we have that opportunity, you know, and he was a guy that we targeted heavily in the portal as a guy that we felt that could come in and you know, do a great job initiating offense as well as scoring the basketball. He's a really good scorer, but he's one of those guys that wants to be a point guard and show that he can make other guys around him better as well.
Okay, and lastly, I mean, we got to talk about the big fish in the pond, huh? Number 5 overall recruit in the high school ranks, and Tre Johnson coming over to the 40 acres. I just got to know off the court, right? We'll get to on the court, but off the court, when you walked into his house to recruit him, when you talked to his parents, what stood out to you about the person that Tre is?
Well, we were one of Tre's first offers. I remember the first time watching him play. You know, I got a chance to come back later and say, man, that youngster's got a chance to be really, really special. And, you know, he's one of those guys. You know, you can kind of see when a guy has it, you know. And, you know, I coached his dad in college at Baylor University.
Whoa.
You start dating yourself when you
Whoa,
start recruiting your former players' kids, right? But Richard was a good player for us at Baylor, and I had a great relationship with him. I was a young up and coming coach at the time, and got a chance to spend a lot of time with him. But I said to Rich, Rich, you got one, man. I said, you got a jewel. I said, he has a chance to be a terrific player, and the sky's the limit on how good he's going to be.
Well, let's see how good that limit can become over here at the station. We got a little review of some tape real fast if you want to join me up by this monitor. Now, with this picture, I picked out this picture just because, I mean, his tongue's out. I mean, that's Jordan, right? I mean, or did you teach him that? Or did his dad teach him?
You know what? That's a confident guy right there with a lot of swag. You're going to see a lot of swag with Tre Johnson. Tre Johnson's put the work in. He's one of those guys that's kind of cut from the cloth of a guy that we had a chance to coach previously here in a Kevin Durant type mode. He's a fierce competitor. He has an elite skill set in terms of being able to shoot the basketball, make tough shots, but an elite level talent that we're super excited about having on the 40 acres.
Yeah, and we're about to see some of that right now. And I think one thing that I'm excited to see is something we haven't seen on the 40 acres in a while is a big guard and being able to utilize their length. And so as we play this is against one of the best competitions in the nation, by the way, the top high school talent in this tournament. And you see Tre getting doubled, uses his length to go over the top on the roller, perfect dime, bucket. What did you see from that, RT?
Well, we've done this summer we got a chance, and he's a guy that can initiate offense as well. But here's a really good pick and roll read right here. He sees his defender here, and he comes out, traps him, gives him a hard hedge there. He makes a great pass. And obviously this guy gets a chance to have a great finish, but that's a really good pick and roll read right there.
And then the next clip is same pick and roll, but different execution, right? Gets doubled as well, sees the roller, pass isn't there yet. He's patient, then finds the hole right there with a nice little bounce pass, gets it for the bucket. What about his playmaking excites you the most?
Well, again, you got size. He's got really, again, his vision's very good. He keeps his head up the entire time. When we're attacking pick and roll, our first thing for our guards is to go score. Second option is to, you got a pocket pass opportunity. You may have an airspace opportunity. He does a great job here of holding it, really kind of, freezing the defender and making a delayed pick and roll pass there. So really good read by him, attacking that top leg of that guy, making that read, staying within the play, and then obviously this guy gets a chance to finish at the basket.
And this is what excites everybody the most, right? Tre's down here in this corner. First off, look, watch Coach screaming at his guy to step up. And he does. The defender does step up, but sometimes offense is better than defense, huh?
Well, this guy here, again, I use a lot of time old school comps. And an old school comp, for Tre Johnson is, Dale Ellis. Dale Ellis was a guy of size 6'6", that could, really shoot the basketball. Tre Johnson is wired to score. He can really shoot the basketball, has a very high skill set in doing so, but he's pretty good off the bounce as well. He's off the dribble with the live dribble, and with that size, he's able to just raise up over and shoot it, and obviously has great touch.
Do you think he called bank right there?
I don't know if he called bank, but I'm pretty sure he was confident he was going to make that shot.
Well, I'm confident what y'all can accomplish this season, Coach. Thank you so much for spending time with us, and can't wait to see what you do.
Cory, thanks for having me, buddy.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, sounds good.
All right.